Okay, I'm recording now. Cool, yeah, let's talk a little bit, chat. Let's talk a bit about it. YouTube chat, this pertains to you particularly. So, my YouTube channel, what does it mean? So my YouTube channel has been pretty inactive for the last 11 or so, almost basically the last year, I would say, because just busyness in general. I haven't been able to get around to uploading because of schoolwork, school stuff in general. One of the things that I wanted to talk about in particular was the whole scheduling thing. Now I'm closer to graduation, so I'm finding more free time to work with my schedule and everything like that. I can actually start streaming a bit more and uploading to YouTube a bit more. One of the things that I wanted to do for one of my big goals for 2025 was to get 10K subscribers, which I technically already got. Get 10K subscribers, start uploading like just another video in general, and then some other personal stuff unrelated to YouTube. But the YouTube stuff's the only thing that's relevant, so I'll talk about that. Basically, since November, the end of 2024, I've been completely busy and booked up, basically. The only times where I've had time was like Christmas break, which happened in December, and spring break, which happened actually happened last week. And then I have had some weekends or so, like some off weekends on occasion. But other than that, it's been a pretty big school grind. I have to prioritize making music and going to school a bit more than I do my YouTube channel. But now that I have actual time to get back to it, also nice 1-2. Now that I have actual time to get back to it, I will be more active with uploads, more active with just stuff in general, like streaming, posting, so I don't like ghost you guys for 10 months again like I did. That way you guys have an idea of what the content's gonna look like for the rest of, you know, whatever it is that I'm doing. Next up that I want to mention is kind of the future of the channel and also my recent upload. One of my most recent uploads, aside from this video, which is going to be made into a video, one of my most recent uploads is Hollow Knights Without Upgrades Challenge. That is a pretty big video to me because it was an hour long. It took me a long time to edit. Also, it took me forever to finish in general because of my dodgy schedule. So a lot of the streams I ended up doing June of last year and then couldn't get around to publishing the video until now. So basically, it was a giant project that took me like 9-10 months to complete, and it really did not. I was not meaning for it to take 9 to 10 months to complete. Like, it was never my intention for it to take that long. But with school and everything like that, I had to focus more on my actual music production degree than YouTube. As for the content that I want to make, is kind of, right now, I want to be more speedrun focused because I love speedrunning. That's what I'm into. That's kind of what I've always been doing. That's kind of what I've done from the start. I don't really want to change that too much. Obviously, there's some exceptions with Hollow Knight, the challenge run. I do want to get into doing some speedruns of that. All of this to say that I want my channel to be a bit more than PvZ, and my channel has been just PvZ so far, up to this point, aside from like the very rare one-off video of Hollow Knight. However, this does not mean that I'm done with PvZ, any PvZ. Like, I still have several videos of PvZ that I want to make. A lot of videos that I still want to make about it. I'll just say some outright. I'm working on an advanced guide to PvZ speedrunning. I'm working on a world record timeline for PvZ up to this point. There's a lot of projects that I've been working on recently that have just taken a lot of time because I haven't had a lot of time for them. It's just really speedrun focused stuff that I want to start putting out. The next thing that I would say is on the PvZ list, which is to say that I'm not done with PvZ yet, is definitely the Fusion stuff. I've been waiting on Fusion for a while now, just because, again, I haven't had time. But now that I do have time, Fusion is one of the main things on my mind because of how popular it's been in the PvZ community in general. Like, it's the next big PvZ thing that I have to look at. However, it would not be just casual standard stuff like you would see kind of everywhere else. It's going to be speedrun focused because I love the speedrun for PvZ and I really want to see what it's like to do that in a mod. So I would probably be doing some PvZ speedruns with Fusion as well. I know that there were some that were done by Peter, but I would want to make like actual information videos about it and talk about what it means. So again, like I said, I'm not done with PvZ at all. I still have a lot of stuff that I want to make in regards to it. So please don't go anywhere, because I know that PvZ is kind of what you guys are looking for. I'm not abandoning PvZ at all. I'm just trying to make my content a little bit more varied. I have much more time to look at doing PvZ stuff now, and just YouTube stuff in general, streaming as well. Actually, let's talk about the streaming a bit. So yeah, streams are going to start happening on both YouTube and Twitch again. I said earlier in the stream, but I wasn't recording. I have been doing some Twitch streams without streaming to YouTube. There wasn't any reason why I was doing it. It was just a bit easier. I didn't have to set up 2 streams at once. I could just focus on the Twitch stream and not have to worry about both the Twitch and the YouTube. I am going to be streaming back to YouTube again though, because I know that you guys liked it whenever I streamed on YouTube as well. And also because I just want to again. Recently, I've just been thinking about like whether, like when it comes down to streaming, what should I stream? When should I stream? How often? One of the biggest problems is that I'm just one guy and I'm trying to do all of the editing, the making the thumbnail. Everything that you see on my channel, everything that you've seen on my channel this far has just been a solo work. Everything that you've seen on my channel has just been my editing, learning how to do editing, learning how to do some basic thumbnail stuff, going and grabbing all the footage. Everything has just been me sinking in hours to get the videos out, basically. So because of that, it's just going to take me naturally longer to actually put videos out in general. I don't have anyone else behind me that actually helps me with editing or anything like that. The PvZ timeline video will likely be a communal effort though, because of just how important that video would be to the community. I mean, that's kind of why it's been taking so long, is because if I'm preoccupied with something, then no work is getting done on a video because I'm the only one that works on my videos. So that's another big reason as to why nothing was happening on my channel for a while. There were some PBs that I got that I put up on my YouTube channel, but those I don't count as actual content, and they also aren't monetized, which is fine, especially for you guys. I don't want you guys to click into a speedrun and then get walled by an ad immediately, because that just sounds terrible. I don't like the idea of someone trying to look for a speedrun and then having to watch an ad, right? It just feels kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say it feels scummy, because I feel like there's some people out there that do, but it definitely feels like it's not the content that I would want to be making. I don't want to monetize them because of how long they are, number one, and also just because just how speedruns are. They're not really actual content that you consume for entertainment. They're more so just for me and my actual progression of the speedrun. So that's why I don't monetize them. But again, like I said, I didn't have a lot of free time to begin with. So when it comes to the free time that I did have, I wanted to use it for not making content, because I didn't want to come home from school and then immediately have to start working on editing, because I would spend 8 hours at school, sometimes more hours at school, like 40 hours of school a week, sometimes more depending on if there was Saturday class. I didn't want to come home after 8 hours and then have to just go and work on another video, like start editing, because I did try that for a while and it was exhausting. So I instead opted to just chill, focus on the schoolwork that I had at hand. And I mean, that's not even counting the hours that I spent on schoolwork. It's just counting the hours that I spent on campus at school. There was the hours that I spent at school and the hours that I spent doing the homework. So it's like, again, I'll just go back to the school stuff. Like, the school was a lot. There was a lot of schoolwork for me to do. And I also want to assure you that I'm not burnt out of making content as well, because I know that sometimes it can seem like, oh, they stopped doing this for whatever reason. I just simply didn't have time, and I really, really wanted to make videos, but I simply couldn't. Rest assured, I do still want to make content. I still want to make videos for you guys to consume so that you guys can be entertained. And I also want to make videos that everyone can benefit from. That's why I'm making the guide videos and everything. So as it stands for my channel, I would hope that after this month, during this month and after this month going forward, I'll have a bit more time. I will have to go find a job, which will be another, I'll talk about that a little bit more whenever that actually gets a bit closer to reality. A job is going to be something that I'll have to factor in as well to my schedule. So maybe content creation will be more of the hobby that I end up doing rather than something that I pursue full-time, which is also fine. Let's also talk a little bit about something that I haven't talked about yet, which is making music. Making music is a really, really big deal to me. Making music is what I want to do for a profession. When it comes to priorities, it also comes before the YouTube, which I've been making music for fun on the side as well. We're talking about like compositionally, like composing game music. I really love, you guys have probably seen the videos that I put out about Hollow Knight's musical analysis, the soundtrack that I did, the hour-long video that I did a long time, like a couple years ago now, probably. I really love game music, and I would just love to continue. I would love to learn how to do that. That's what I'm aiming for, basically. And so that is obviously a higher priority than YouTube as well. When it comes to actually learning how to make that music, it takes a lot of time as well. So, I mean, you could probably imagine between making music, going to school, and having an actual social life, and also having content to think about, it's a lot. I had like a lot of just stuff in general to think about, and whenever it came to what I wanted to do priority-wise, YouTube kind of just got thrown on the back burner because I had other stuff to do. And I'm glad to be able to come back to streaming on YouTube and tell you guys about what's actually going on. That sounds like everything that I wanted to talk about related to my YouTube channel. I mean, if it sounds like a lot, then yeah, you can imagine that it is. I have a better balance now because I'm not so taken up by school. Now let's talk about the future. Some stuff that you guys should be looking out for. Also, really good level. Some stuff that you guys should be looking out for in the future. I want to talk about the Advanced Guide to PvZ Speedrunning. That is going to be coming out relatively soon. I haven't said this, but I want to start posting a video a month, at least. So when it comes to what I want to do, I want to start making a video a month at least. Maybe some, you know, maybe some shorts instead if I don't actually have the time, like, because I'm looking for jobs and stuff. But I really do want to come back to making just one big video a month and then maybe a couple of shorts here and there, because the shorts also do really well on the channel. One of the bigger things that I would love to also mention is the PvZ timeline video. The timeline video is going to start moving because the timeline video, I've had the idea for it for a while, haven't been able to execute on it, again, because I was busy. I've done some script writing, I've done some research, so I'm not totally unaware of what's going on. Now the ball is actually going to start rolling on getting footage, starting to look back through, you know, getting pictures of speedrun.com, leaderboard stuff, you know, just in general looking through and getting all of the resources that I need to make the video a more tangible thing. So there's that to be looking out for, and I'll give you guys some more updates on that as well, again, so you guys aren't left completely in the dark about it. Actually, let's just mention Silksong real quick, since that's a pretty big deal to me as well. I want to make content on Silksong. That's gonna be another thing that I really want to do, because I love Hollow Knight. I've been waiting for Silksong since I played Hollow Knight, so not as long as everyone else, but pretty long time still. And I'm just really excited to get to finally see it come out and everything like that. So I want to make content on that too. I don't know if I'll make a content like I said, I don't know if I'll make just a regular first playthrough like you would see everywhere else. I want to do other content that encapsulates kind of stuff around it. So I will be spending a lot of time playing Hollow Knight. Or Silksong, sorry. But again, like I said, there's time before that comes out. Once it comes out, I'm gonna be hitting that pretty hard. There's that as well to think about. So that sounds about like everything that I had to talk about. Nothing else is coming to mind really while I'm thinking here. So yeah, there's that. That's kind of it. That's kind of everything that I wanted to talk about. That's what'll be happening. Stay on lookout for all of the stuff that's going on. I'll let you guys know a lot more stuff that's going on. I'll be putting out some more update videos if that's what you guys want, of course. I'll let you guys know if something happens, when something happens, when I'm working on stuff, and if something comes to be, like if something takes a bit longer than I want it to, basically. For the people that are watching this in the future on YouTube, thank you guys for watching this, and I'll talk to you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. For everyone else on the stream right now, I'm gonna continue speedrunning Plants vs. Zombies here. So let's have a good stream. Let's chill.